So Edgar Berlanga gets knocked out in the fourth round by Hamas Shiraz. He was dropped twice in the third round, and then Shiraz finished him off in the fourth. Definitely was a good stoppage. No dispute there. Berlanga was clearly hurt. And, this has to be very embarrassing for him. This has to be a very, very embarrassing loss, a very humbling experience to go through. But I think this is something that needed to be done for him to get his shit straight, to be honest with you, because, he was going around glorifying going 12 rounds with Canelo. He was acting like now he's a superstar. He's arrived. He's one of the best 168 pounders. And this fight just proved that he wasn't. Anybody who follows my channel knows that I never believed in Edgar Berlanga. Anytime he's stepped up, he's never proven to be what he claims he is. So, this loss is going to, be very hard for him to overcome. Having Fat Joe and having Remy Ma come out, bring you out, being in front of your hometown folks, all the shit you was talking, this is going to be a very humbling experience. I always thought he was spending way too much time on Oscar De La Hoya. First of all, Ham Shiraz promoter is not Oscar De La Hoya, right? And you're not going to be fighting Oscar De La Hoya. So keep the main thing the main thing. And he spent so much time on Oscar De La Hoya, going back and forth with him, so much energy, so much focus on Oscar De La Hoya and trying to be entertaining, and forgot about the main thing, and that's the fight. Do not lose focus of the fight, bro. Hamas Shiraz can fight. Don't get caught up in his last performance. But you calling him soft, you calling him pussy, you telling him to suck this and suck that, just talking crazy, bro. And you forgetting about the fight, bro. And look what happened now. So now it's time to go back to the drawing board. And this is going to be something mentally very difficult to overcome. You know how they say 90% of boxing is mental? Well, man, he's going to have to overcome a very tall hurdle. Very, very tall hurdle. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. I don't know. If you ask me, I don't think he will. I think this is something that he's never going to get over. I think he's going to become gun shy. I think he's going to become like an Adrien Broner, if you ask me. I think this is the next Adrien Broner. Talked all that shit, you get rocked, and then all of a sudden you're going to be gun shy. And anytime you fight any of the top guys, you're going to lose. That's what I think is going to happen. Exactly what happened to Adrien Broner. The only difference is are you going to go broke like Adrien Broner at this point? And the way you spending money on jewelry and stuff like that, man, if you don't stop that, man, you're going to end up just like Adrien Broner. So I hope he has some good people in his corner. I hope he has family members, people who tell him the truth. And I hope that he learns from this. But if you ask me, I think Berlanga is done.